What about Manchester United? Because it looks like we could see a flurry of activity before the deadline. I mean, probably, Dan, the most surprising, though, of them all is that man behind you, Mainoo. Are you surprised we're even sat here talking about him potentially leaving Manchester United?
Well, yeah, I mean, I heard he got linked with Real Madrid today. I don't see that. I really like him. I think he's a really good player. When he broke into the team, he was fantastic. And it was probably this academy graduate coming in. He's going to be sort of the saviour for Man U in that midfield. It just hasn't quite happened under Ruben Amorim. For a few reasons, really. Obviously, Casemiro's there. He's on a long contract, big wages. He's playing. They spent huge amounts of money on him. They've dropped Fernandes down as well. But again, it's the legs issue in midfield. I don't believe Kobe can get about the pitch as much as a Carlos Baleba, say. But I do really like him technically. I think he can add something to that team. But again, playing him and Casemiro together, it doesn't work. Him and Bruno probably doesn't work. So yeah, it's a huge issue for Manchester United.
Ruben Amorim, Ruben Amorim's come out and basically said he's almost Bruno Fernandes' position. This isn't that long ago that he was starting for Man United, scoring the winning goal in an FA Cup, starting for England in a Euro final. And when you look at Manchester United's options in midfield, they don't have a lot. But is the problem that he feels like he is Bruno Fernandes' position?
That's what Ruben Amorim feels. Initially, when Amorim came in, Mainoo got a lot of opportunities. But we saw in the second half of last season, when he came back from injury, he didn't feature at all, really, in the latter stages of the Europa League. He got that really important goal against Lyon, which got them through to the semi-finals, but didn't feature much at all. He came on with 1 minute to go in the final against Tottenham. And as you say, Amorim reiterated the fact that he is seen as the deputy to Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno Fernandes started all but 5 of the 60 matches United played last season. And he's set to predominantly play in midfield now because you've got Cunha and Mbeumo. We wait to see whether that changes based on how United perform in the first few games of this season. But Dan mentioned it there, and mobility is seen as the main issue for Mainoo in terms of playing that role alongside Bruno Fernandes. You could argue Casemiro doesn't have the mobility that Mainoo does, but it's seen as he isn't that player to play alongside Bruno. But I think Amorim has built up a lot of credit with United fans, despite the fact the results have gone against him. With the Marcus Rashford situation, they've supported him. With the Alejandro Garnacho situation, they've supported him. I think it'll be really difficult if Mainoo departs the football club, because there's a real connection between United fans and the academy. And if he departs, then there's a real danger that you won't be in a situation where Manchester United go into a match day with an academy graduate in the team. And it's a proud record that United have. It's gone back to 1937. It's a run of 4,323 games. If Mainoo departs, then that is under real risk. And it's something which United are very proud of. I'm not saying that's the reason you keep Mainoo, but it would be really disappointing. I think United fans would find it hard to stomach if Mainoo, albeit he's not an important part of the squad at the moment, is to depart.
Yeah, it does feel like there is still a big part to play for Mainoo in that Manchester United midfield, but we will wait to see what happens with him. Anthony is the next one to discuss, James. It looks like Real Betis might get him permanently.
Yeah, this is a slight change in approach. I don't think Real Betis have a huge amount of money to play with this summer, and so they were always pushing for a loan with an option to buy. But Manchester United, because of the amount of money they've spent on Anthony, and because he was on loan there last season, they want to be in a situation where they sanction a permanent exit and bring some money back in. United haven't been great at selling players over the course of the last few years. They weren't even great at selling players under Sir Alex Ferguson. It's something they really want to get much better at. He's had lots of different offers. There's been interest from the Saudi Pro League. There was links with going to Bayer Leverkusen, where Erik ten Hag is. Erik ten Hag sanctioned the transfer for United for Anthony to become the second most expensive signing in United's history. But it does look like a permanent deal could be done here. They've made clear in negotiations, United, that a straight loan simply isn't going to be what they're looking for right now. So it does look like he could return to Betis, and it could end what has been clearly a very disappointing chapter for Anthony at United. I think he's ready for the move as well.
Yeah, it feels like a couple of other players could be ready for a move. Those are Rasmus Højlund, Jadon Sancho and Alejandro Garnacho. Man United just are in a position now where they really just need to get, especially, I suppose, Garnacho and Sancho out of the club. Yeah,
especially them two. Rasmus has obviously just come up recently. Still not sure why Newcastle haven't gone for Rasmus Højlund, to be honest. A loan move for the year, I think 23, still loads of room for development. In spells, he's done all right for United. He's been playing in a poor United team the last probably 1-2 years, which has found himself unlucky in that situation. With Sancho, yes, he needs to leave for the good of his career. There's 1 or 2 European clubs sniffing around for him, but not sure what he actually wants. And then Garnacho, it's looking like Chelsea, or it has been looking like Chelsea. There might be a surprise in the last few days of the window, but it's looking like Chelsea. And yeah, they need obviously they've sold 1 or 2 players last week, Chelsea. So yeah, that looks to be getting tied up probably a few days.
Yeah, well.
Manchester United are reportedly preparing for a significant squad overhaul, as the club appears set to sanction several high-profile departures in the upcoming transfer window. While the decision is believed to be driven by both financial considerations and a desire to reshape the squad, it comes as a surprise that rising star Kobbie Mainoo, despite his growing influence in midfield, is likely to leave the club. Adding to the upheaval, Alejandro Garnacho is being strongly linked with a move to Chelsea, a transfer that, if finalized, would see one of United's most promising attacking talents join a direct Premier League rival. Meanwhile, Antony, whose form has been inconsistent since his arrival from Ajax, is reportedly on the radar of Spanish side Real Betis, a move that could offer him a much-needed fresh start. In another potential shift, Danish striker Rasmus Højlund is said to be attracting interest from Napoli, suggesting that United may be willing to part with their young forward sooner than expected. If all 4 deals materialize, it would mark one of the most dramatic squad reshuffles in recent club history, underlining the urgency with which the management seeks change.